Good evening. How is everybody? And welcome to the live show. It is Thursday night, and we also have Robo Taxi happening at 10 p.m. from Tesla. So we might have to hop on and check that bad boy out for a minute and see what's going on with that. So how is everybody? I hope we had a great day. Hope everybody in Florida's doing well and is safe. I talked to a couple of people I know. My buddy was safe. They all evacuated and came back, and he sent me some pictures, man. That thing, oh man, that was his neighborhood got smashed up. His house was actually the only one on the street that literally didn't get hurt, like didn't get touched, I mean. And and it wasn't major issues. One person's roof got blown off, but other than that, a lot of fencing, most people's fences were gone and just a lot of stuff. It was a pretty wild scene. And so hoping everybody was safe from that. And all of that. So just thinking about all those in Florida, because that is definitely a crazy scene down there with that hurricane. So here we go. Let's look at the market and see what that's up to, and let's get rolling here. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. How are we? Let's get rolling here. We had a few poppers there. We went over JTAI last night. Again, most of this list was ones that we were looking at about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and that decided to pop today. AUST was one that I brought up a few weeks ago. It's a gold one. It just continues to run up. DJT, I said it wanted to get towards that 25 area, and it almost got there today. FRGT was moving, and of course, PHUN is getting fun, like we said. So there were some other ones moving as well. But let's go ahead and check out the market and see what happened. And let's start it off with that CETX because that is getting a lot of talk and everybody's checking this thing out as it keeps pulling back here. It just split and it's way down there. I mean, way down there. So I'm going to pull it up on all three charts to get a good idea what it's doing here. And yeah, it's still way in that basement right there. Holy cow, what a pullback on CETX. I mean, once it starts to get moving up, you're gonna have an easy one to just catch that bounce, but not so sure. I mean, it looks like it's getting down there. Um, Wow. I want to just see it on like a different, just curious on like an hour chart, just what it looks like. I mean, it just continuously just was dipping down and wow, that thing is wild down there. So I'm going to keep an eye on it and obviously we want to see when it exactly wants to reverse. It's not telling me it wants to just yet on here. So I'll look at it in the morning. It's the first one we're going to look at and just see how it's going, if it even is moving in the morning. But we want to definitely know when this thing is reversing because you don't want to get caught in this thing while it's still pulling back at all because it's been dipping like 20 something cents a day. I mean, it's pretty wild dippage. And and I think it was Peninsula Life had said it's like almost worse than Mullen, MULN, and he might be right. I mean, this thing is just dipping hard. So we're gonna keep our eye on CETX and I'll let you know when it's ready, but it's not telling me yet that it's ready. So I know yesterday I had an arrow pointing down on it, so I must have said it was still going down, and it still doesn't look like it's ready, but it's right there at the bottom, I think. So we're gonna take a look at it early tomorrow, and obviously early web bowlers. Still waiting for my account for web bowl to be approved. I just checked it actually, and it was still pending. So I guess they didn't get to it yet. But hopefully by the weekend and next week, I'm up and running on the web bowl with you guys at 4 a.m. And but yeah, take a look at it. Obviously, if it's reversing, it's going to start moving there. So but as of now, at the moment, CETX is not showing me anything right yet. So keep my eye on it and keep everybody posted, of course. And VCIG, let's look at this bad boy because I think this is actually going to get moving. Was right in the right spot today. It did run up. Not even really. I mean, it opened at 0.1410 and ran up to 0.1427. So nothing crazy. Its low is 13 and it closed in the 13s, but it jumped up on that 20 and kind of made that look. And for whatever reason, obviously the market was pretty red with the CPI report today was worse than they thought, and I'm like, who was thinking it was going to be good? I mean, like I posted, does anyone look at the prices anywhere? I mean, our milk's over like $5 a gallon around here, and yeah, everything's just absurd. I mean, every single product you try to buy is like literally at least 5 to 10 times what it used to cost, and not even less than 3 years ago. I mean, it's wild what's going on. So I don't know why they thought that inflation, the CPI was going to be good just because they lowered the rate. I mean, I don't even know what these fi experts. Again, I'm not even a financial guy. I'm a dummy, and I know this stuff. I mean, it's real simple. It's pretty basic, to be honest with you. And I have no idea. Whenever they say anything, I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. But I guess if they say it and they're the expert and the masses believe it, I guess it's what they say. I don't know, but usually it's like the complete opposite of what's going on. I've never seen anything like it, and I point it out all the time. But again, we won't go down that route. We're sticking to stock charts. So VCIG looking really, really good right now. I'm telling you that it's looking really solid. So I would definitely be looking at this tomorrow. I was looking at it today and it looked like it was trying to set up. And I'm looking at it on all the charts right here. And it did a low 13, high 14, really didn't just barely moved around. Almost 2 million in volume on VCIG, but has that look like it wants to get moving. So keep your eye on it tomorrow because it is setting up right there. ALBT, let's look at that Avalon Globo Care because this one is really setting up. And I don't know if it wants to run. All right, let's put it this way. It wants to pop up a little bit to this 50, which is a 26 cent area. It's at 21 and a half. But once it gets set up, probably where are we going to be at? I mean, this one's like a month away. You can almost, yeah, you can definitely see what it's going to do, but it's going to run up in this little channel, but it should start to try to move. It just kind of pulled back, but nothing bad. And that 20's there and it's pinning it. So I have a feeling maybe next week. Look for it for tomorrow, obviously a Friday. It can run with no problem. But I think we're going to look for it next week. And again, it's not going to get crazy. It's going to try to run up to that 26, 27 area and then try to run into that channel. And it's going to set up to be pretty bullish. That real estate company has something going on down the road, like a month down the road. I don't know what it is. Um, yeah, I have no idea. They don't look like they have crazy news or anything, and I'm not going to read through it. But anyway, we're going to keep an eye on it because that one's really good. And again, it's just going to have a little bounce at first, and it's going to set up to be even better. So NDRA up 2 cents today. It got up to what, 22 where it's at, and then it closed. I said yesterday it was looking great, and it curled up. It's trying to get out of the basement. I think this one could actually really try to pop up tomorrow, NDRA. And I know we were talking about the last few days. It's been right in the right spot right there. And yeah, it looks like it wants to try to get moving some more. It ran up for sure. Would it go? It went to 22 cents and it opened at that 19. And again, that 2 cents right there is 12.5% for this bad boy at 20 cents, 19 cents. But it got up over that 50 and it's stuck there to close. And I would definitely, guys, be watching this one in the morning because this one could keep its momentum and be a nice cruiser. And it could be on the Joe Lee's jumpers in the morning for sure. So keep an eye on that NDRA early in the morning to be running and to keep that momentum. I could see it. What did I meant to look and see what it had in volume? It had over 1.5 million in volume, so definitely can be moving tomorrow. VERB. I wanted to look at this because it reverse split, and we like these bad boys, but they've been the last few maxing. We'll do that one next real quick, but that one pulled back, and so is VERB, and we'll let them pull back. That's perfectly fine. We know we just start looking at them when they split, and they give us that look if they're going to pop or not. And these ones obviously didn't have that look. Um, they were just pulling back too hard, to be honest. And the 20 was just coming down. So we'll watch VERB get into the basement there, and it'll have to set back up, and we'll find a really good price on that one. That's VERB. MAXN, let's just look at it real quick because this pulled back quite a bit today. It opened at 597, got up to 608, came down to 520, and it's at like 533 right now. And this one's coming down hard on the MACD and touching into the basement, but it's in that spot where it could pull itself out. I have to see this on my chart and see how it looked in the after hours. It did. It pulled itself back up. MAXN honestly could start that roll off tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on it. This doesn't necessarily need to get into the basement right here. It just had a pretty good dip. The 20 is coming down on it, and but it's way up here. I mean, it's a matter of that's at 823 and we're back at 533. So it's way down there and this thing just split yesterday. So it could be that bounce situation tomorrow off that bottom for Max and MAXN. So again, early morning people take a look at it. It had over 1 million in volume today, and it is. It's just touching the bottom, and it just poked itself into the basement on FinViz. And then when you look at mine in the after hours, it came up and it's sitting in that spot where it could easily roll off. And I kind of feel like it's going to. So watch for Maxon to try to start moving tomorrow. And that's MAXN. And that's one we've been watching for a while, obviously. And had the reverse split, and I think it's going to roll off tomorrow. Look at it early. I'll look at it at 7 a.m. and we'll see what's happening with it. But if it's green, just look at the chart, and if it's rolling off that MACD, you're going to catch a little nice little run on it early in the morning. So that is MAXN, and again, can't promise you that any of these are definitely trading in the morning. It just depends, but some of these ones with over 1 million in volume, they seem to be getting action in the morning on Web Bull. Some of the other ones that are under that million or even under the 500,000, they don't seem to get the action on Web Bull, so they're just not even moving yet at 7 a.m. And that's perfectly fine. It's not a big deal, but this could be moving. So take a look at MAXN and NNDRA, of course, in the morning. And here we go with GSIW. This one had crawled through, and I think it just has till next week. We're gonna revisit this one. I don't think this is popping. I was looking at it today, and I just couldn't tell if it wanted to start really moving, but I don't think it is tomorrow. That 20 is just sitting up there at like 209, and this is at 10 or 174. So I think next week it's gonna have a better shot for GSIW. So we'll look at that at next week. XRTX. This was looking decent. It's trying to set up. It was sitting right on top. It did pull back today with everything else, and it's coming down hard on that line. But another one tomorrow, I would be looking at this thing to try to have that little pop off because it definitely is right there where it could pop off like a maniac, especially the way it came down. It looks like it crossed through on mine, but easily can just get cruising back up. I'm going to take a look on all three XRTX and just see. Yeah, just a nice pullback today, really. I mean, pulled back more than I thought it would. It was sitting right there and the 20 was on top of it. But yeah, look at it tomorrow and if it can get up back up over that 160 area, it's in the 151s in the after hour. If it can get back to that 160 area, it's going to want to pop up there, especially that 169. It'll get popping. So it definitely looked better yesterday and pull back with everything else today. So we'll keep an eye on that in the morning. But it obviously looked better, and sometimes they pull back a little bit more when you don't think that they will, and it's perfectly fine. They just reset up. We keep an eye on it, and we find it, and boom, we nail them. So it does happen, and we did have the CPI today, and everything was kind of red. As a matter of fact, what was green? Nvidia and Amazon. I was gonna say there wasn't much. It was Nvidia, Amazon, and energy sector were basically green today. So not much green. And but here we go. SBFM, that was up and we were looking at it yesterday. It got up to a 307, and that's pretty much where it closed at. And this one, I said last night, all these ones I pretty much on the list tonight. I said keep an eye on because they were setting up better than the other ones. So I'll go through the other ones, see how they look later. But these ones were the better ones on the list. So I figure let's blast through them and see how they look. And SBFM is looking solid for tomorrow still. So it ran up today and it's looking good for tomorrow as well. TOVX down 9 cents. And this one was just hitting the line right there. So it did move up yesterday as it was about to a day out, really. And let's see. I still think it's going to try to jump up to that 180 spot. It's at 160. And I think it still tries to get up there and move. And once it gets up into that 180 area, it's going to move and it's trying to cross through in a good way. And like I said, it can move up to that 180. It can jump past the 220 area. So I would keep an eye on this one. I'm not saying it's definitely popping tomorrow, but it's one that's trying to set up to get moving. So I'll keep an eye on it and see what it's trying to do there. VMAR, this was a reverse splitter. Let's see if this one's pulling back. And it is. It pulled back a little. 307 it opened, got up to 385. Its low is 269 and it's sitting at $3, 309 in the after hours. Let's see what this bad boy wants to do. VMAR, another splitter, and just kind of riding along there. Hold on, let me take a better look. Yeah, it looks like it just kind of wants to pull back a little bit more. I'm not so sure it's ready yet. So, where's that 20 at? In the fives, and this is in the threes, but just doesn't look ready to me. Does have that weird look today, but we've been seeing them weird looks and having them pull back a little bit more. Maybe I'm wrong, but it did run up 9 cents in the after hours, but I don't know. It just doesn't look like it has that pop on it, but I mean, yeah, I'd look at it in the morning. It doesn't look like it has that pop to me, but I'll look at it. It is a split, and it doesn't look like it really wants to pull back that much harder either. It's just kind of sitting right there. I had that curl down right there, but it could be its bottom today at 269. I'll take a peek at it tomorrow. And obviously, if this thing's starting to move green tomorrow, it is bouncing because it could be a bottom, but it's just a hard look right there being in the basement and pulling back like this after the split. So VMAR, that's what you're looking for in the morning if you're checking it out. STIM was down 6 cents, and a lot of these started to move yesterday, and we just started picking back up on a few of these. So this one had run up. This chart looks great. I think it's just some healthy pullback right there on STIM as everything kind of pulled back today, and I think you're gonna see it try to move. Let me just see for tomorrow if I can get a better idea. Yeah, it was just some healthy pullback today. So I don't think it's anything bad for STIM. You keep an eye on it. You don't really need to jump in anything on a Friday either. So just keep your eye on a lot of these. We just started looking at some of these that we were looking at 3 weeks ago and just look for these setups and yeah, I'll be keeping my eye and telling you which ones I think are looking better than the others. So this one can be just setting up right there as the 20's curling up on it. So we'll look at STIM. SOPA, SOPA. This was down a penny today, but this one's trying to curl back. It was trying to get that hard curl, just went flat. But I think this one tries to run up. So keep your eye on SOPA because I mean my chart's saying it came down, but I mean it's made a lot of crazy hard moves this one. So it could easily make that hard move going back up with no problem at all. And so yeah, I would keep an eye on SOPA. Maybe it doesn't do it tomorrow, but next week, if it doesn't tomorrow, it'll be a good one for next week to keep an eye on. PEGY. Hmm. That one is up today. That's right. Peggy was pretty hot today. It did run up. I was trying to see if it was still green, but it wasn't. It was up like 5%, but it ran up to like 14 cents and it's back at 11. So did look good yesterday last night as we were looking at it and trying to get up there. And now let's see what about tomorrow. It does look like it wants to try to run up, but that look for it that it ran up like that and hit that 20 and just pulled back. It should have tried to stay there at that pretty much at that top where it hit that 14 cent area. If it could have stuck there, it would have been perfect. This thing would really pop off. So we'll look at it in the morning, PEGY, but not looking terrible, but should have stayed up a little higher. So we'll see what it wants to do in the morning. It was easier to tell last night, to be honest with you. Um, it was sitting in a better spot to look at it. So if it jumps up there on that 14 cent area again, it's going to get cruising PEGY. Has a lot of room too, and the 20 can be hooking it up. It just stopped on the 20, and most of them have been, so it's nothing crazy. It just didn't keep a whole lot of momentum. So we'll have to see if it picks back that momentum. And again, that report today, the CPI did not really help any of these, especially something like this that wanted that momentum and was hitting that line and set up well. It hit it and came back, so it can reestablish itself tomorrow if it's a decent day. If they bounce back with no problem. MYSZ, that is my size, and that one is pulling back, actually. We're going to say that one's dipping down. It was right there on the line. That's probably why I was looking at it, but let's X that guy. So we're not checking it out for a few moments, and I'll come back to that one. DPZ is Domino's Pizza, down a little bit. Now it's going to start getting really good. It crawled down. Let me keep my eye on it, but this thing's going to set up and be a really good popper right now for next week. It looks like went back up $1.25 in the after hours, and this is DPZ, Domino's Pizza. And the last time we looked at it, it popped up. We just wanted to take a quick peek and see what it was doing today. And they had earnings, didn't they? Yeah, they must have had their earnings today. Not sure if they were good or bad. It looks like it was bad the way it looks, but it's setting up super bullish. So, um, let's keep an eye. And that bottom today, it got down to what, 398 was probably its bottom. It went right up to 410. So if it's you see that price again, jump on it and see if it opens up down tomorrow. It might open up a little bit down as it sets up, but next week Domino's pizzas should be rolling. So that should be a good takeout one and get delivery for, because I'm telling you, their pizza's not good, but the stock chart's setting up. So that is DPZ, Domino's Pizza, GOVX. That was down 20 cents. It looked really good last night. Pulled back though, and here we go, crossing that line. Well, it did hit the line, so it hit a wall today, and we kind of know that. So it would have looked really, I mean, it did look like it wanted to keep the momentum. And as a matter of fact, I think it did run up a little bit. Its high yesterday and it closed at 223. Its high was 227. And today got up to 232. So it did get up a little bit. You can see not much. And then kind of hit that wall. It could bounce right back tomorrow. So GOVX, keep an eye on. And again, most of the market was red, so any of these that were trying to keep momentum right there, they kind of got knocked back. So we will keep an eye on that one and see what it's going to do. And that's GOVX. And like I said, a lot of these we were looking at for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and they're setting back up or setting up beautifully. So we're keeping an eye, like SGN. That one ran recently, setting back up, just a little bit of pullback, like down a penny today. Nothing crazy. And this one looks really good. Keep an eye on this one as well, because SGN looking really good at signing day sports. That looks nice. This one looked good too. Centennial one, and it was up 74 cents today. And I said yesterday it was looking nice. And I think it's going to continue to run up, to be honest with you. So it's Centennial one, and you could see that 27 range on this. It ran up what? It opened at 24.55 and got up to 25.86, and pretty much where it's at. It pulled back a little after the after hours, but Centennial one looking good. Went over it yesterday, and I know I marked that one to be a nice little runner for today. This one was looking great too. BCG. Let's take a look at this. It had that weird look, and it did pull back. It opened at 267, got up to 278, and it is sitting at 270 right now. And it kind of just wanted to roll up and it pulled back. And I think it's going to do the old bounce off of there possibly tomorrow. So
keep an eye on this thing in the morning. BCG, I don't think it's crossing down, to be honest with you. So I would watch this thing in the morning to see if it wants to play that bounce, because if it does, you're going to get a nice run. That 50's up at 317 and you're sitting at 270. So BCG, just watch that one. How about GHSI? I know this was way down. We were talking about it last night. They had that $5 dividend or whatever's going on. And it is just kind of sitting there, but kind of wants to curl up. Not ready just completely yet, but it's starting to make that hook right there, GHSI. I know Laptop Travel had posted some info about it, but it's starting to make that big old fish hook. So we'll take a look at it and see what GHSI, at least get one little pop out of it at least, because it's way down here in the threes. And again, people were buying it in like the fives for that $5 dividend. And I didn't understand that, but now it's in the threes. So we can buy it for the and I know Laptop Travel was saying there was something up with it, but I'm not exactly sure if I remember what he was saying. If he wants to post it again, I'll definitely read it because I totally forget what you even posted yesterday about it, but it was liquidating something and I just don't remember it all. So I'll read it. But that's GHSI. And again, it has that big fish hook, so we can look at it and it'll be a quick pop and we're not looking for the $5 dividends. We're just looking for the quick popper. So I'm not buying it for the long haul. That's for damn sure. You know that. We're just looking for it to go and then getting out. So that's GHSI and it's starting to get that big old fish hook. We looked at MAXN, SYRS. That's coming down a penny and man, I'm surprised I fell under the 20, but watch this thing. I'm telling you, it still looks great. I mean, the fact that it came down to 192 right now in the after hours, I think is going to be a little gift right there on SYRS. And it's just been kind of setting up, but and not completely ready yet for whatever reason. I don't know. It's been looking great, but yeah, it just dropped under the 20, but they've been actually popping right off of that spot too. So, I'm watching this one in the morning, SYRS, and I'm telling you, they got something going on in this company. It's all a bunch of weird looks and it's just sitting right there in the right spot. So at any moment they can just be like boom and make it run, and that is SYRS. RMC F, is that what it is? Yeah, RMCF, Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, up another 8 cents. It ran up in the top there even more. I'm honestly surprised, and it looks like it wants to continue. So here we go. GHSI, the dividend is to liquidate the company, and after that is all gone, they'll delist it, and the dividend paid will be reflected in the share price. So I don't see any upside potential. Like I said, I think if and I don't know, you tell me, Laptop Travel, if I don't know if this is correct. If you buy it, obviously if you buy it for a quick pop, I guess you wouldn't really have the dividend. You'd buy it. I guess they would say that you'd have it and then you'd sell it, and then I guess they would take the dividend away. So I'm not so sure you'd get stuck in it, but I see what you're saying. And like I said, we'll look at that chart, and if it wants to have a quick pop, that's all I would recommend. I would definitely not recommend looking for that $5 dividend. And like Laptop Travel said, they're gonna delist the company and basically liquidate it. So something you don't want for a long term. But RMCF, that like I said, that Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, they had some good chocolate going on. I'm not it guys, it could just run up in the morning. It's gotten to the top and it's curled up there. So I'm actually, like I said, I'm surprised that it ran up higher today. Um, so it looked like it was going to pull back yesterday, and it got up there even higher today. So there you go. Another what, over 3.5% on this thing. And what was the volume? 16,000 in volume. So again, this thing just a beautiful setup and moved perfectly. One of the very few ones I've seen in the last 4 years that actually kind of moved like that. It wasn't a big jump, wasn't expecting it to because of the volume, but just steadily ran like it should and was pretty decent. So again, look at it in the morning. Could have that last little jump up because I don't know if it's going to stay up in that top for very long. And like I said, I was kind of surprised that it did jump up more today. Holo, HOLO, that ran up what, yeah, 2 days ago on that split, and now it's pulling back, and we're just watching it. I was looking at it today to see if I could get an idea if it wanted to come and roll off the MACD. It was kind of just pulling back there, so I can't really tell. It's just oh, here's the chart for RMCF. There you go. I just reposted that bad boy. And yeah, Holo, it was coming down hard, but everything was. And it almost looks like it wants to roll off that MACD right there. The 20's underneath of it. So I would expect it to try to curl back up tomorrow, but it's not a guarantee, and I'll definitely look at it. It's a China company, and after the split, but it is between that channel, so doesn't look terrible, and everything kind of had that look of that pullback. So it's one of them ones where we'll look at it tomorrow and get a better idea on HOLO. LIDR, let's see, that one was up 2 cents. This one I think is going to continue to run up tomorrow, so watch this one in the morning to try to continue to run. And I was liking it last night. What did it get up to? 130, and it's basically at 129, but it does look pretty good for the morning. LIDR, XPON, that one was a reverse splitter down 66 cents. So now these things are splitting and really pulling back, which is perfectly fine because we know to look. And before they were splitting and popping, and all of a sudden they just changed. So no big deal as long as you know what you're looking for. And like I said, we were just trying to take advantage of them ones that were popping immediately because you generally don't see that. And it was kind of odd. So it was fun, but now they're splitting and pulling back. And again, not a big deal because we'll find the best price at the bottom after they're done and we'll ride it up for a quick pop. So XPON, it looks like it's trying to pull back and get into the basement. Let me take a look on mine because it's going to give me that after hours look, and it was just right there. Yeah, it pulled itself up off the line, so it shouldn't be in the basement. It should be right on that bottom line. So tomorrow, look and see if it wants to pop. If it doesn't, and yeah, it's a tough one to tell, but it's sitting on the bottom, and obviously tomorrow, if it's green, you know it's popping off that bottom, and if it's red, it's going in the basement and probably going to curl through coming down and have to pull back. So one to look at in the morning, especially off of that reverse split, hitting that bottom right there. So, and it was in the basement for a while, came out for a brief second, and I don't know if it's ready to get back in, but you'll be able to tell tomorrow, like I said. So, XPON's one we've watched for a little while, and tomorrow morning you'll be able to tell if it wants to move or not, if it's going to bounce off that bottom and that line and try to get cruising. So, and they all have that kind of pullback look today from the CPI report. So it kind of throws things off a little bit. And that's why I'm telling you certain ones to definitely look at in the morning and what to look for. So trying to just give you that heads up because they're a little difficult tonight with that pullback and that report today. They all have that similar look. So it's a little different. Here we go. EZGO looks like it was trying to pull back hard today, actually. But trading in that channel, the 50 and the 20, and it looks like it wants to set up for like 2 weeks down the road. This is a China recreational company, so I'll keep an eye on that one. But it was like pulling back, but not really even pulling back hard. So in fact, it opened at 127, and that's where it closed in the after hours, and it got up to 133. So it really didn't even pull back any. It did go down to 123, but came back up. So that is EZGO. CERO is looking good. That one was up today. I know it was up earlier. It was up to what, 12 cents, almost 12 and a half. Its low is 9.5, where it's almost at. It closed like right under 10 cents right there. And I didn't even know it pulled back in the after hours. It was up. Let me look. It definitely pulled back. And let's see. Let me look at this bad boy because it looked way better today for sure. CERO, and it did. It popped up over that 50, and earlier had some pretty good momentum. It had it yesterday, And again, that look, it's sitting on the 20 right now, and it has that pullback look, but it's not really terrible. So tomorrow they can easily pop off and continue their way up. And this one is another one that could easily do it, even though it ran up a little bit today. There, if it's all green tomorrow, it's going to bounce right off of there and keep going. So they all, like I keep saying, they have that look that's just difficult because they all have that pullback look. And who knows if they want to continue it or if they're just going to bounce off. They're all in that spot where they could go either way and not hard either. I mean, they could just kind of sit on that line, even if they wanted to pull back and it was red, or they could start moving back up if they really wanted to. So just letting you know what to look for. APDN wasn't a great spot, pulled back today, but now it's going to start doing the big fish hooks. And now we're really going to look at it and probably have to time it out, maybe a day out because it didn't want to. It ran up that one day on the 7th, and it wasn't even that crazy up to 43 cents. It's at 32 right now, but it's just dragging on that bottom floor, not even in the basement, just right on the bottom right there, like the bottom floor above the basement, and it's going to start curling up and it will start moving APDN. So I think next week, excuse me, next week's going to be a better week for APDN. So let's see if it wants to pull back anymore tomorrow. I'm not so sure it wants to, but it's been doing it and staying right there, dragging that floor. So even though it's pulling back, it's not like really killing it. And that's how you know this thing should be popping soon, and that is APDN. Let's look at Bolt, BOLT, down less than 1%. And again, it ran up a little bit, came down, it ran up to, it was at 65 cents when it opened, got up to almost 66, came down to like 63, and it's at 63 at a close, but it's sitting right there by the 20, and just a flat look there. Flat look and could easily go either way. It could bolt up or it could just come down a little bit if it wanted to, depending on, like I said, what it's going to open like. And a lot of times that CPI reports, we see them obviously almost every month. We see them, and you get a lot of overreaction sometimes. So a lot of times when it's really red, it goes green the next day. So that's why I'm saying watch for these to try to reverse themselves and get moving. AUUD, just a tiny little bit of pullback there and just trying to get set up, just hitting that bottom, curled through, even tried to run up today, got up to almost like 63 cents, opened at 59, and it's sitting at 59 again. So it even tried to like poke itself through, and the market said, no, you sit back there, had 43,000 in volume. But again, another one. Another one's right there getting ready to try to run. So we're going to keep our eye on AUUD. And let me just take a better look on mine in the after hours. See, yeah, I mean, look at this. I don't know if it is going to pop in the morning. I don't know if it's right there yet. I think next week it has a better chance. But obviously, if it's trying to bounce, you'll definitely know it. And that's AUUD right there. And let's see what else is next here. Let's see. Boom. All right. Well, here we go. AUD, I was just seeing, thought somebody was trying to, I thought Laptop Travel had something to say. That's why I was looking to see if he had something to post there about APDN or AUUD. I'm sorry, AUUD. UCAR, let's look at that bad boy because that one pulled back 2 cents and it is right there in the right spot. It pulled back on the MACD and it's trying to set up, but I'm telling you, it's right on that line. It's an interesting one for sure because it's giving you both looks like it's pulled back enough, and now it could really reverse itself and get cruising. So keep an eye on this UCAR. Like I said, I started looking at this list, the ones that we'd gone through the last like 3 to 4 weeks, and it grabbed my attention yesterday. I was like, whoa, that one's setting up. And or 2 days ago, whenever it was, and I knew it was kind of pulling down to that MACD and possibly crawling down, but it's sitting right there on the support line at like 647. Got under it right now at 641. Nothing major. But yeah, it should run up a little bit between this channel of 711 and the 641 and basically just run that for like the next 2 weeks as it sets up. And then this thing should try to move. So there are a few of these China ones that do want to set up, but they're like kind of 2 weeks down the road. And that brings us actually right to perfect timing, the yin and the yang. So let's look at them real fast. And because that was perfect timing right there. UCAR drove us right into the yin and the yang. And again, UCAR is a China one as well. The yin did go up a little bit today, and it is coming down hard on that MACD. It looks like it's trying to curl back up, but I don't think it is. I think it was just trying to parachute itself and hold itself from really crashing down because if that thing didn't do that and it came down, it would have ripped right through that 20 at $35 and it would have just kept on soaring right down to like the 50 at 26 and China probably would have went ape shit ballistic. So they didn't do that today. And again, it's hitting that line tomorrow. Maybe it has a little bounce off of it, but I'm not expecting it to really turn around a whole lot there. So let's look at the Yang as well and see what that's up to because that one, I'm telling you, starting to curl up beautifully right there. Making that beautiful hook and it's running that basement line right there. It's like out of the basement, just right on the bottom floor, and they like to spring off of there. They love to spring off of that. And like I said, that yin was coming down pretty damn hard on it. So maybe it's not ready tomorrow, but watch for it next week to be changing courses because I'm telling you that yang on mine looks like it's ready to get cruising. And and then yeah, I'll pull up the yin on mine as well. And yeah, the yin actually came down. It must have in the after hours. It came down and hit the line right there, and it came down pretty hard and made that flat. And like I said, I think it made that flat look on the RSI just to hold it there, just so it wouldn't collapse. Because if that thing would have went through today, it would have gotten ugly. So they made sure it stuck up there because I'm telling you, if that thing had come through, it would have been really nasty. My options would have went nuts. And yeah, I did buy options. I told you I was looking at the options on Yang and definitely scooped some up. So I grabbed them for like a month out and we'll see what's gonna happen with the good old Yang right here. And I'm telling you, it looks great. So check it out, the Yin and the Yang. We watched the Yin run. And now it's the Yang's turn. And honestly, it doesn't even have to get too crazy. Let it get up into the fives, and it's perfectly fine with me. And they'll be like little lottery tickets right there. So there you go with the yin and the yang and the Chinese stocks. And we're about to do a couple more right here, like MLGO, which was setting up again. And we were looking at it last night, and it kept just putting itself in the right spot. It keeps doing it. I mean, it ran up the other day and got up to that 42, and then today it got back up higher. And I think I even said it was looking like it wanted to, and it didn't quite touch the 50 because the 50's at 46. So it didn't get up there yet, unless it did in the after hours. Let me see, MLGO, 44. See, it was right there. I didn't think it did, but yeah, this thing gets curling up tomorrow. It's gonna run. It gets over that 46, or where is it? Let me look. 49. Say 49 right there. Um, eh, let me see. 49 right there. That's pretty. I say get over that 46, between 46 and 49. Let's just say that. It's got to get some momentum to get right up to that. And if it can do it, it'll get booming. So keep your eye on MLGO tomorrow because it did have the momentum today. And if everything's curling back up tomorrow with the momentum that it had, it should do it and get cruising right there. So that's MLGO. And obviously, we've been tearing that one apart for like weeks now. TANH. It looks like it wants, and that's the thing. These things look like they want to curl back up real quick. So I don't know if the China ones, like I said, want to curl off that MACD for a couple days until next week, which is perfectly fine. And then it's going to reverse and be totally opposite. But it could just be today's look too. It's hard to tell because everything's a little bit thrown off. Even these guys with that yin and the yang, everything's thrown off. Our market with the CPI, these things with the yin and the yang, it's hard to just tell everything going on. I kind of don't remember. Well, the market's been screwed up a lot lately, but like a situation like this kind of happening where like you just have like looks that are just really hard all the way around the board. Doesn't really matter what sector or what. And it just so happens to be the day like that report comes out and the yin and the yang are just getting crazy and mixing up and in that certain spot. So no matter what we look at, it just has a weird look. But I'm just telling you what we see and what it's setting up to. But yeah, TANH coming back down, and the RSI is trying to scoop back up on there, and um, and it does. It looks like it wants to try to run, but clearly can just go either way at any moment, that one. And that is a China one as well. And there is no China stimulus. It was all talk. The truth has come out now that there is a bond offering for infrastructure improvements, but nothing real for China companies on the market. Yang traders are going to bank, and that was actually on CNBC. I'll post it real quick on a laptop travel. So there you go. And he does follow the Asian markets quite well. He travels over there quite often as well. So he definitely knows. And yeah, I just look at a chart and tell you what I can see. And you can see it's pretty accurate. It tells us ahead of time what's going on. And I'm telling you, it might not be tomorrow, but that Yang's gonna get moving, and I'm telling you, I got options on that bad boy because that looks like it's a setup that you don't want to miss. Um, so there you go, and just and options like explained, and I'm again definitely not a financial investor or advisor or anybody, and all information presented here is for educational informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. But if you look up the option chains on there, I won't pull it up right now, but something like the Yang, what was it trading at? What, I forget what it was. It was at what, 335 something, what, 324. So you look at the options on this thing, and again, each option is 100 shares. So you have to remember when you buy an option, you're buying 100 shares of that stock, but it's an option. So one option equals 100 shares. And so, yeah, you can get an option for around like $50. So you're literally buying 100 shares of the Yang at 324 at $50. So you're talking something that would be over $300, only cost you about $50. And then you pick your expiration. So you look at this bad boy and you say, yeah, it's going to run within the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks or so. And I think it can get up to, and again, I always pick a low number just so you know you hit it. I know if you pick closer, if it's going to run up higher and you pick up closer, the percentage is higher. But I tend to like to pick a little bit lower and then get it in the money. And maybe it's, I'm leaving money on the table, it's whatever, but it's perfectly fine with me. And I'm all new to the options as well. So I just been playing them as smart as possible and learning myself. And that's why I'm explaining. I'm just telling you my experiences. And I always traded straight up stocks before until I started really realizing that these options were really where it's at. And again, it's that leverage, and this is what I'm explaining. You get 100 shares per option. So one option costs you $50 on a $3.24 stock. You get 100 shares for $50. To me, that's kind of like on sale. I look at it like, wow, that's pretty sweet. And then you just want me to pick the date that it's going to go to a certain price. I do that all the time. So once I started to realize what they were, and it's people, it's like I said, my buddy John, they put me through a course, and then I got smacked in the head 2 weeks later. But I know I understand them. I'm just not an expert at it by no means, and it's not something that I was ever doing before. I was trading straight up stocks, and uh and so yeah, if I would look at the Yang, it would be $3.24, and I wanted 100 shares, that would be 320, 324. So you just move the decimal point, and so there you go. You see the difference. So instead of 324, you're only spending about $50. And again, they all fluctuate depending on how far out you're buying them and this or that. But around that price, you're gonna find, and you're getting 100 shares. Is my point. So that's the leverage. And then if you hit your numbers, like I said, it has a strike price. So say it's at 324 and you set your strike price is at $4, and this thing soars through four and starts hitting 450. As soon as it goes over four something, like four, and it tells you what you have to be at for your strike. Um, right once you're right over that, you're in the money, and then everything else, it just starts going up and the percentages go crazy. So that's options, and just a little thing to look into. And again, we were talking about it before, and but yeah, there you go. Here you go. Look at I'll post this out. Laptop Travel just posted some stuff up for us, so let me just read it. The Yang option selling for 25 cents today, which were over $10 in February. It's a 4,000% increase. So how crazy is that? And yeah, Laptop Travel was just in Singapore, Hong Kong, and Paris. And he definitely knows that that stimulus was a joke. So I believe it too. That's what the chart says, the same thing. But yeah, so that's a little option talk real quick. And again, I'm not a financial guy and I'm still learning. So anyone that wants to add to that or ever wants to add to it or talk about your experience, I'll have you on. More than happy to. And we can discuss it. But that's what I look at. And again, I look at the ones that are kind of safer. Like I look at that Yang. I give you the example, Nike. It was just a super easy one this summer. I knew I didn't even have to waste my time on anything else. As soon as I saw that thing at $73, I was like, wow, that's a beauty. You know it's going to 80, and it went up to 85, so you're in the money. And it got real close to that time. It took a little longer than I thought, and boom, them things they paid off pretty nice. So it's just like that. And again, Nike was $73. I don't really remember what the options cost. I just don't remember in the summer. But again, they weren't that much. And again, you got 100 shares of a $73 stock. So if you wanted to do that, you obviously, how much money you would have had to put out, and it wasn't even close to that. I think it was like $100 maybe. It was the option. I forget exactly, but it wasn't even close to what you would have to spend for 100 shares. So, and then bought a couple of them bad boys, and they just printed. So that's how I started trading recently. And again, before I would have bought some Nike shares, it would have went up a few dollars and I would have sold it and made some money. This thing, it goes up. You have 100 shares and then the percentages are way higher. It's just crazy. So look into it. And again, I'm not an expert by no means, but I'm just telling you what I've experienced. And I can tell you, if you're trading straight stocks, it's better to get into options. But obviously, the penny stocks and stuff, they don't all have options. Most of them don't have options, unless they were like a $10 stock and came way down. They might, but not all of them do. So there you go with that. And that robot, yeah, robot. We robot is what I just saw. The iRobot thing, the robo taxi event's going to start in about 6 minutes. So I'll hop through some more of these bad boys and we'll just pop that on real quick. You just go, I guess, to the Tesla website. We should be able to see it because they have a countdown on there, 6 minutes and 27 seconds. So we should be able to watch this bad boy and see what the heck it's even doing. So we'll hop on in 6 minutes and see what that's up to. And let's roll through some more of these bad boys real quick. HRYU, I believe this is another one that's going to be this is a South Korean one, but again, pulled back, went through today, and has that look like it almost wants to come back up hard again. So I have to look at this one. It doesn't look like it really wants to pull back that hard yet, but again, they're just all have that weird look. All these Asian ones are thrown off with that yin and the yang, and then all of ours are thrown off with the CPI. So just bizarre looks, but EJH, let's just take a peek at that one. It's in the basement and kind of similar, kind of ran up a little bit today. It could go either way. I don't think it's going to really bounce hard tomorrow. The 20's up here at 101. This is at 94. If anything, it's going to wait for that to get down for it. So I don't think you got to worry about that tomorrow. WTO, that was moving today up 3 cents. It's just been dragging that basement floor right there and crossed through. Again, another one. I don't even know why it ran up today, to be honest. I wouldn't trust it one bit. So that's WTO. And I just saw it was up today. I was wondering if the chart was like better looking or setting up, but it doesn't appear to be. So we'll just keep an eye. I'll keep an eye on it. AGRI, that was running yesterday and the day before. It ran up some today, opened at what, 7 cents, got up to like 7.5. And I think AGR maybe pulling back, but again, it has that pullback look, but it could easily turn around tomorrow. So I'm not exactly sure. And here you go. Oh, Laptop Travel just gave us the YouTube thing. Let me hop back. Oh, cool. What's it on there? Oh, it's on YouTube live too. Okay. Here we go. Ready? I'll repost that. Thank you, Laptop Travel. Appreciate that. All right, in 5 minutes we'll hop on the YouTube real quick. Of course, I don't have, let me pop it up here real quick while I'm talking to you guys. I'll just go on YouTube and do the robot taxi. It should pop right up here. And robot taxi Tesla event. There we go. It should pop right up and show me the live one. Where was that link from? Let me just look real quick. Who that's from Tesla. Okay, let me just find Tesla's link. Here we are. All right, I got it up. Perfect. I just wanted to put it up on my computer. All right, there we go. All right, let me roll through some of these for you guys and see. And and then we'll see what this is all about in a couple minutes real quick. We'll just check it out and see what the heck's going on. Let me just turn down the volume so I can not hear it in the background. All right, here we go. All right, let me see what you guys want to see real quick. AKAN. Let's look at that, Jennifer Lee. AKAN. Let's see. Pulling back, it ran up today to what, 120, low 103. That has a real weird look too. I'm not gonna lie. Let me take a better look at it on mine, see if I can tell anything. They're just all so difficult today. I mean, this had momentum though going up to that line. It looks like on mine. Put it this way, it hit its resistance right there at that 124 and it stuck it at the end. So it looks better on my chart. If it gets over that 124, it's going to pop off of there. So I think that looks good in the morning, Jennifer Lee. On my chart, it looks pretty good right there. I have to say, I can't say that it doesn't. Like I said on FinViz, doesn't it's at 115 and the chart doesn't really show that momentum at the end of the day, but it had it. So I think it might keep it right there. So AKAN, keep your eyes on that one. SPRC, let's look at that real quick. That was up a penny. I know we've been looking at that, and it's trying to get out of the basement right there and curling up. Actually, looks really good. That's an Israeli biotech company, and had that red day yesterday. Looked like it was trying to pull back down, but it wasn't going to cross down. It got out of the base. I would have to think this is going to run as well. SPRC. I know we've been looking at it, and looks solid for the morning. So that one looks great as well. SPRC. That's when we were looking at a Nur. That looks real good right there, I'd have to say. And let's look at LGMK real quick and see what that's going to do. LG, oh, let me type it in. LGMK logic mark. And that's pulling back to the basement or the bottom right there and just dipped into the basement. Let me see on mine if it wants to try to pull itself out or if it did. Nah, it got down there. But you know what? It could bounce off of that tomorrow. I don't know if this is ready to get into the basement either yet. So this is one that I have to look at in the morning just because they all have such a weird look right now. LGMK, I can't really say that it's gonna bounce right there. It doesn't have the bounce look. Let's put it this way. It don't have the bounce look, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. So that's how the chart looks to me. It's saying like yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that bounced off of there, but it's not exactly telling me it wants to. So that's how I see it, and we'll look at them in the morning for sure because they're all like I said, they're all kind of goofy right now. And so I'll definitely keep rolling through the list and we'll just keep looking at it. But anything you want to see look at in the morning, just shoot it over in the morning and I'll look at them. I'll break them down in the pre-market for sure. ABVE, that one was just again looking good, but pull back that pullback look right there. So here we go. I think Elon's on, isn't he? I turned off the sound. All right. Here, let's hear what Elon has to say. Is everyone listening to the YouTube? Let's just hear it for a minute. Would anyone use one of these robo taxis? Like anyone listening? Because I don't know if I would. But it is a cool idea, and I'm sure a lot of people are into it. And I was thinking in the city it would be nice, but I don't live in the city, so what the hell is that shit? I just got a frickin' ad just pops up. I guess I don't have, I'm not logged into mine. That's why. That's funny. Frickin' Harris ad pops up on my screen. All right. Well, I'll keep going, and while Elon's talking, I'll just keep this real low. And if he starts showing anything like the robo taxi, just kind of let me know. And we'll flip onto it. So I'll keep cruising through the list and we'll bang through it so we can hear all night. And you guys let me know if Elon's doing anything over here. As a matter of fact, you know what I can do? Let me just do this. I'll put it on. Nah, that'll mess it all. It's fine. Just let me know if he's doing anything. I'll check it periodically. Here we go. That was ABVE. Um AIEV, that was looking good. Oh, look at that, up 6 cents. What I say last night? That one looked great and still looks real good to them for tomorrow. AIEV. So I knew I had that had a couple asterisks on it. I remember, and it looks good to continue. So keep an eye on that. LGVN was looking really good, and that one pulled back though. So I would expect this one to try to bounce off of where it's at. It's super bullish up there. So keep your eye on that one. LGVN, we'll watch that. That's probably going to be a next weeker. LGVN ELV. This was looking good last night as well and pulled back into it stayed in the basement and just having that big curl up. So I'm going to keep my eye on this one. It's a $492 stock, but once it gets to that $500 area, it's going to pop back up. I'm just waiting for it to give that signal. So I'll let you know about that one. And that's ELV. TNFA. That was, well, let me type it in right because that one was looking good. I don't know what it did. It was down 11 in the after hours, didn't do anything really. It was at 152. Its low is 143. Closed at 152. Let me see this on mine. It's all over the place. TNFA. 152, low is 143. It closed where it opened, and it looks really good. So it still looks really good for tomorrow. And that's TNFA. Elon's still talking right there, so I'll keep going. And let's see, that was TNFA. I would keep an eye on that one's looking sweet. NUE is yeah, NUE. That was like that's $150 one, but I thought it wanted to roll off. I was actually looking at this today, and I can't even tell still. It has that like curl down look, but could still roll off. I was just looking at this because it could be a quick little option play right there if you know it's going to bounce. So I'll keep you posted on NUE as well. And we'll see what's up with that one. I was just clicking back, and Elon is still talking. So here we go. We'll keep on rolling. FRGT, this was up today, up 25 cents. It's a recent splitter and never really got down. And I guess that's what we're watching. If they don't really dip real hard and they're pretty decent. And this one looks like it wants to start moving up to like that 220 area. So watch FRGT tomorrow to try to cruise some more. That looks pretty good. FRGT. That should move up some. All right, he's still going town. Good. You keep talking. I'll bang through this list, Elon. RVSN, let's see. RAL Vision down 4 cents today and then up a little bit in the after hours, and it's just curling back down right now. Let me see it on mine. It's so hard to see that one. RVSN. Yeah, it's just curling down. Um, let me see. It's such a not much of a look right here, to be honest with you. So I ain't gonna be able to tell them there. Luckily, I have mine. I could tell something. But yeah, it's coming back down to the MACD. It's a really tough one to even tell what the heck's going on. And but yeah, I'll have to look at this one tomorrow just to get a better idea because it's really tight and you can't really see what's going on. I just know it's coming down to the line and it's hard to tell if it's going to cross through it or hit it and try to move. Bloom Energy was looking great last night too, and this one pulled back, but I would expect it to bounce right off of that line. Um, so watch this one tomorrow. Again, a lot of these bad boys were set up, and then that CPI kind of threw them off. So they're still looking good. They're just pulled back, have that little pullback look from today, and it's not the end of the world, but you know they could easily change tomorrow. LCTX, another one, looked great. It was down. I mean, it pulled back today. It actually went down to that 78 cents. It almost looks like that dip before it rips, and so look at this in the morning as well, because it has that crazy look on it, LCTX. I could see this one doing some crazy things tomorrow. So yeah, keep an eye on LCTX tomorrow. That thing looks like it's going to be wild doing something. So that's one to be watching in the morning for sure. LCTX, and that's Lineage Cell Therapeutics. Something's there, something's going on there. October 9th, just an earnings call, so nothing crazy, but looks really good. CURV, let's see. CURV is going to try to curve back up. It looks like it had that nice dip on the 7th, just like the last one, like BE did, and or LCTX, I'm sorry, just like LCTX did today. This one did that on the 7th, and it's been moving up, and it looks like it wants to continue. Just some healthy pullback there, so nothing too crazy. And so yeah, we'll take a look at that one as well. CURV, it's not looking bad. I would have to assume next week. BMRA, that one was looking great yesterday as well. It was just down a penny. This one should be popping, bouncing off too. So I'd watch for this one. And that's that Biomerica one. That one should be moving. To be honest with you, I don't see why it's not. So I'm keeping my eye on BMRA. How about edible? Let's look at EDBL. EDBL here. Down in the this one's like a day off. Watch for this one to try to pop up tomorrow, guys. EDBL. I'd be watching for that to pop up tomorrow. That is looking nice. What's Elon even saying here? All right, Elon, you keep talking and I'll keep rolling. How's that, guys? So there you go. EDBL, look at that tomorrow morning, looking great. DDC came down a penny, but was looking good. Let's see. Pulling back just a hair. Let me pull it up on mine. I can get a better look at it. What is it? DDC, that's it. Pulling back to that line, but it looks like it wants to try to roll off of it, I would say. Again, another hard one, a hard look on it, so I'll have to check that one out tomorrow, but I'm not so sure it's gonna just bounce tomorrow like crazy. So I'll take a look at DDC and see what it wants to do. ENG down 7 cents. And this one looks like it's getting crazy. It has a lot of weird looks going on, and this one should be popping. I mean, I would see a bounce on that one real soon. ENG. So I'm gonna give that an asterisk to keep an eye on. I like that one. I liked it last night too, and it came down 7 cents. And again, a lot of these we just started looking at again. After looking at them for like not looking at them for a couple weeks, and you got to get a better idea. And then we had that CPI report thrown at us. So we'll see what's going on. We'll get a better idea tomorrow for sure, and see if we can get some bouncing back. BJDX, I mean, BJDX, been in the basement. I think this is a next week setup unless it tries to pop out tomorrow, but I don't see it yet. And, but yeah, BJDX, we're going to want to keep an eye on that bad boy for sure because that one's been in the basement forever. It kind of reminds me of that ALLR. Remember that one? And everybody loved when that one ran. WULF, and we knew today it was running. Um, Wolf all the way down there. I don't it trying to bounce back. It's bullish for like a week or two out. So we'll see if it's actually trying to get moving yet or if it's just setting up. So that's WULFCELH. This one ran today. We looked at this one yesterday. It bounced off that bottom, was in a beautiful spot, Celsius Holdings. And it's hitting that 50. If it gets over that 35.63, and it's at 35.20 right now. It can continue that movement, and it doesn't look bad in the morning. So keep your eye on CELH Celsius Holdings, and let's see what else is here. That TURB. Look at this animal. Started coming back down and ran back into the top and went even higher. Went up to what, 328 today? So 335 TURB. So there you go. Um, yeah, the Tesla thing is still running there. Let's see. Is it running late? Yeah, it's still on. Elon's still talking. Oh man, I thought it was another ad. I was like, I gotta pop this thing onto the thing. I don't have it logged in on this computer. But Elon is still talking, so we'll let him just chat away, and I'll just cruise through this whole list right here. How's that? Um, so yeah, and then we'll see if he shows this bad boy, and we'll watch it and get a good reaction here and see what's going on with the robo taxi from Tesla. But TURB, it could watch it in the morning to try to continue running up there as a momentum play. It ran up more today. SLI, that was running up as well. And that's probably one of the lithium companies. I know we looked at all these bad boys and they're all moving. And we said that lithium sector was set up like crazy, and it definitely is running. So it moved, and SLI was one of them. I know that Standard Lithium, and it's way up there. It got over 220, 227 today, and wants to run in the top. So you can watch that one to see if it's going to continue in the morning. It should. EONR up 18 cents and looks really good. Wants to roll up there even higher. So that's an oil and gas one, energy one. That looks really good as well. So keep your eye on that one. They continue to move. BYU, this is a China company that's way down there. Oh my, let's look at this bad boy. BYU. Hold on. Yeah, we'll have to check that out for sure. I mean, it's I don't know if it's exactly ready to curl up yet. It's trying to. It's not showing us that it's exactly ready, but when it is, it's going to be a nice one because it just took a big nosedive right there. It went from 578 to 131, and now it's at 46 cents. So that one's a giant. It was way at the top and just came way down. It's not even in the basement either. So we'll definitely be watching that bad boy. BYU. Definitely gonna keep that on the list. ADTX, that was moving a little bit today after the split. Let's see. Oh, this one was trying to curl up, but just pulling back a little bit. Let me look at it on mine, ADTX, and see what it wants to do here. It does look like it's trying to move after that split. So keep your eye on ADTX because it looks pretty good right there. And it did recently have the split, and it doesn't look like it's really dipping hard like the other ones were. Um, Here's the BYU for you. So I'll just repost that bad boy. Well, yeah, BYU, check this thing out. I mean, talk about wanting to get up there and move. That's setting up for sure. And TURB laptop travel said is $0.6. Let's see. That would be a hell of a run, but I'm not saying it can't. So it got up to what, 340? Let me look at it. TURB. That'd be a pretty wild run up there. So yeah, see if you can squeeze that out. I got the 348 it says in the after hours, so that would be a real big jump tomorrow, but it looks like it's going to try to run up a little more in the morning, so keep an eye on that TURB. Um BTCT, that's that BTC Digital. That's another China hardware company, right? Yeah. And coming down to the line and another one, you just can't tell if it wants to roll off or pop up there. So I'll have to take a peek at that one in the morning. I know we've been looking at it. CPIX, that was up a penny. That looks like it wants to continue going up, actually. So it ran up to 141. It opened at 124. And it still looks pretty solid right there. It has a lot of movement, that CPIX, Cumberland Pharmaceuticals. So keep an eye on that. And that one runs around a lot. So you can kind of trade that one. The DATS, that's that chat. Down a penny. And let's see what it's doing here. It is trying to curl up there. It was just some healthy pullback, but that's DATS is setting up right there. Let me see. Oh, DATS. There we go. Mine says it's kind of pulling back there on FinViz. It looks much better. I'll look at that in the morning just to get a better look, just because it's showing me kind of two things right there. So I'll take a better look at DATS just to let you guys know. East Side Distilling. I know he did this the other day because I thought it was a drilling company. And let's see what it's doing. Looks like it's just kind of pulling back. It's crossed through. This one could try to get set up for next week, EAST, if I could spell the word East. Um, EAST. So we'll take a look at that and see if it's trying to set up for next week. We did EONR, right? Yeah, that one looked really good right there. So that we just did that one. GREE. That one was down 3 cents, but ooh, that one looks really good too. So keep your eye on that GREE. I saw that today. I looked at that one. LEDS, we did that one already, didn't we? I'm pretty sure we did. I kind of remember that. If not, let's just go through it again because I'm not sure, but it's right there, cross through, pulling back right there on the 20. This is a semiconductor in Taiwan. And let's see, it's sitting on that 20, pulling back. Let me take a better look at LEDS. I mean, it just looks like some healthy pullback to me right there. So I don't see anything crazy wrong with that one. LEDS. So we'll keep an eye on that one. That one looks decent to try to run, and it's a semiconductor company. PSHG. This one is trying to pie. This one's setting up really nice. This performance shipping, looking really good right there. Look for it down in the 180s. It's at 193, but that one's definitely setting up right there. So you keep an eye on that. PSHG, and that one wants to get floating. SGBX, let's see that. Safe and Green Holdings looks like it's about to get green. Ran up today over to 50, and it looks like it wants to continue. Metal fabrication looking good. Highs 111. It's at like a dollar. Came down 6 cents in the after hours. Let me just see what it looks like in there. LEDS. Just a little pullback in the after hours, it looks like, but oh wait, we're not even doing that. What am I looking at? LEDS. I'm like, what? That one's pulling back. That's not even what I'm looking at. I'm looking at SGBX. Here we go. That one looks much better. SGBX looks way better than LEDS. I'll tell you that right now. So, and there you go. But SGBX looks really solid to keep running and stay green. So I just popped back onto that LEDS and started looking at it again. It's pretty funny. SGBX looking good though. SGLY. Now they're trying to mess with my brain. Here we go. That one's a little flat, but just sitting on the 20 in the right spot right there. Oh man, I know we went through this not long ago. This one looks really good too. SGLY. I'd keep an eye on that for sure. I could imagine that trying to get moving. It looks really good right there. SGLY. So I'll put a little mark next to that and SGBX, SURG. Let's see, surge. They had a crazy surge in Florida today, a wave surge. But this looks like it's about to pop. So keep your eye on SURG. Holy cow. Yeah, that looks really good for tomorrow. SURG, that looks like it's going to surge up right there. So keep an eye on that bad boy. That's looking real good. And Elon is still chatting away, so that works. And let's see, THTX. Oh, that one looks really good too. Oh yeah, that one looks solid right there. THTX, Thera Technologies in Canada. Um, in between the 20 and the hard line. And yeah, that looks really good. Keep an eye on that one for tomorrow as well. That one looks good. XLO down a little bit, just kind of flat, just trying to get a better idea. Let me look at this on mine, XLO, see if I can tell. Just kind of pulling back there. I'll have to look at that one tomorrow. It's not really giving me a solid look tonight, but I'll look at it for sure. And ZENV. Let's see that guy up six. Oh, that one looks real good too. I can imagine that's going to be running tomorrow as well. What's the only has what 1,800 in volume and the thing's going to run. So it's up 6 cents, 4%. Telling you, some of these ones that just don't even have volume. It's a software company in Brazil and it's going to move. So ZENV, keep your eye on that. GRI Bio, that was just pulling back today. Not looking too bad. It just had that pullback look, so I might have to look at that. I'll look at it on mine real quick, see if I can tell anything different. Yeah, it just has that pullback look. Nothing bad. I can look at that in the morning, see if I can see it better. Rhyme, RIME, down 3 cents, crossed over, coming back, but it doesn't look like it's going to cross back down yet. Let me take a better look at RIME. Oh, it's just riding that line underneath. Has popped up a few times too. It did the seventh. It did yesterday the ninth. And let me see if I can get a better idea. It's hard to get a look on this one as well. It looks like it wants to pull back a little bit. It's right at the line, but could easily just change and get curling up and move. So it's right there, or it could do anything. I'd have to look at that one again. CLRO is clear one. That is popping up, and wow, it made that hard curl, and it was a red look. Just interesting right here. CLRO, that's a weird one, an interesting one for sure. On mine, it looks solid. So I think this one tries to keep running tomorrow. On Finviz, it looks all kind of crazy, but I think it tries to run. Let me see it on here. CLRO. That one's a wild one to look at. Yeah, I think that one tries to move. I mean, if it's obviously if this one's green, it looks like it was up a little in the after hours, but if it's up over the 61 cent area and it's moving, you know it's going to be cruising. CLRO and 15,000 in volume, nothing crazy, but just the setups right there for it. So CLRO, GRTS. Gritstone Bio is down 13 cents. This took a nice dip today. Woo! That's a nice dipper. 148 million. Whoa. GRTS. Let's look at this bad boy real quick. Nice dip. Let's keep this on watch for tomorrow. I don't know if it's bouncing yet tomorrow, honestly. Doesn't really look like it at the moment. We'll look at it first thing tomorrow. GRTS. I'll put it up here. I'm interested on that one. I don't think it is. It was curling up before and then it just took a huge dip. What happened today? Takes action to preserve value and strengthen capital structure. So mine down 68%. I don't know what the hell they did. But clearly it wasn't good. So there you go. Here we go. Oh, here we go. It was a bad I have something on. Let me see. Because I have right? I have this one just has some weird stuff. I have Elon talking, so I'm not sure. Um and it's from Tesla, so I have no idea, but this one has 93 million views too. And not sure. Let me try to find the one I have on. I have no idea. I'm watching it on my computer right here, and Elon's just talking right now. And it says it's live, so I have no idea. He's got an audience there and says scan the QR code. Oh yeah, I gotta put my stupid I should log in real quick. Um because I keep getting the commercials for 5 seconds. But I have Elon on, so I'm not exactly sure. So let me know if you guys see Elon talking about this thing. And that's Tesla one with Elon talking is fake. Oh, great. Hold on a second. Let me look here. Let me see. Let me get back to YouTube and see what's going on here. Where the heck is Elon's thing at? Robo taxi. Come on. Why has it got to be so difficult here? Here, the Benzinga has it, huh? They put the right one on. And it's just like this thing kind of getting crazy. All right, so now we have it on there. Oh, we just got some more info, but here you go. I guess that Elon talking is not the right one, and this thing is the one that I just posted out from Laptop Travel is the correct one right here. So here you go. I'll post it right now. That's the correct one right there. So hop on that one. And that's what I have up on my computer now. I had Elon up there talking. I guess that was not the correct one. So thank you very much. And this one's on Benzingas. And there's tons of people talking. And what's it even say? There's a bunch of people. So we'll watch this and see what's going on. So let me know if you see it start working or anything happens. So there we go, and we'll keep rolling. And I just seen you write something about GRTS. I'd say it's running pretty late. Um, Let me see real quick. Let me run up in here and see what's happening. Do GRTS to file chapter 11. That's why it's way down. Oh, thank you, John Wong. Appreciate it. So GRTS is going to file chapter 11. And that's what they were talking about right there. They're going to preserve value and strengthen capital. And Elon just said you can watch it on your TV. I think he just kind of posted something out. I don't even know what the heck he posted, ready? Yeah, I guess that is. I don't even know. Oh well. Let's see. Maybe it'll put something on. It's just a bunch of craziness right now. So what a crazy day. Anyway, here, let's get back to this. The GRTS, thank you very much, John Wong. They're gonna file chapter 11, but yeah, that thing went way down today. I mean, it took a huge dip. So we'll take a look at it. We might be able to play the bankruptcy bounce on it. So we'll take a look at that. KOLD down 84 cents. That's the ultra short Bloomberg for the natural gas. And I don't really think it's bad. I think it just pulled back today. So the 20s down here at like 62.30 and it hit the 50 at 67. It's at like 64 in the after hours and not looking bad there. So nothing too crazy. And nothing to be really concerned about, I don't think. And so there you go with KOLD. And I think Boyle was the opposite of that one, I believe. And that's at 966. 968 in the after hours. Although this could get pretty bullish. I mean, it's pulling back, but it could set up to get kind of bullish there. BOIL, and that is an ETF as well, like KOLD. So there you go with them. Let's take a quick look at the crypto real fast. See what that's up to. It was getting destroyed, to be honest. At least Bitcoin's back to 60. It really was down under there, and I didn't like it. Um, but at least it's coming back up, but it doesn't look real healthy, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be a great weekend for it. Let me look at Ethereum's at 2,394, and it is trying to get green, but I don't know if that thing's going to try to really bounce up there. Solana's at 140, and it is underneath the 50. And again, I think they're just kind of stair stepping themselves down, to be honest. So yeah, they're not looking great. Doge is at 0.1071, and let's see. And that's coming back down. It's in between the 50 and the 100 there, but it looks like it's pulling back. Doesn't look exactly healthy. Hopefully they change in the morning. That would be nice. We'll look at Bonk real quick and see what that wants to do. Like I said, they might be waiting until the election, to be honest, because in a bull cycle, they're just not moving. And Bonk's crossed through coming down, just crawled up today on the 50, but I don't think it's really popping. So that's our crypto little segment right there. Um, this thing is still just trying to set up, I guess, this whatever it is, Tesla thing. I'm just trying to look at it and see what the heck is going on here. Um, they have a $30,000 trading competition live from September 15th to October 14th, and powered by Trade Zero. Huh. World Championship of Trading. Well, I don't know what that's about. We should check it out. Let's go do a World Championship of Trading, and we'll just crush that with our show. How about that? That would be fun. Um, So anyway, that's just cruising around doing that. Still not showing us anything with the robo taxi. That's crypto. Let's look at our GME and GameStop, AMC, and Chewy. Oh, look at that. GameStop looking a little better. It does have that support at 20, like really $20. I don't know it's ready to curl back up yet, but it's looking better, and I think it's going to try to get set back up. So that's a good look anyway for GameStop. AMC's up 12 cents and barely got into the bad. I think AMC is going to try to start moving again, so we'll probably want to keep an eye on that because it's pretty far down there right now at 418. And I don't know if it's going to exactly get into the basement. So AMC, we may want to check out some options on that bad boy pretty soon just to see what they look like. The 20 and the 200 are touching at like 450, and this thing's at 419, and it could bounce right up there with no problem. We know AMC can move like that, so that's not a big deal for that. CHWY, Chewy was looking better yesterday, and that's pulling back today and setting up to be pretty bullish there. So I could see it trying to bounce around as it sets up. But again, trying to get bullish down the road. And that's CHWY. And now let's look at the SPY. That was down. Sorry. Excuse me. Like drank that water. It went down wrong. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The SPY was down $1 576 up 19 cents, and I'm telling you, this thing's getting the 580 real soon, guys. So it's what is it trying to curl through? Let me see. Let me see on my yeah, it's like hitting the line. It barely just poked through, but I'm telling you, it's setting up like crazy right here. So you're gonna see it blast off over this 576 and get to 580s and just keep on cruising. So it is super bullish, I'll tell you that. So let's roll through our Mag 7, see how they're looking. Apple AAPL down 50 cents today, up 14, looking good. And I'm telling you, this thing is setting up to be super bullish as well. And they just all are. All these big caps are looking good, at least the Mag 7s. Google was pulling back a little with the anti trust thing. hitting the line. I could see it crossing down and setting back up. So we'll watch Google tomorrow to see if it wants to cross down. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it's hitting the line right now. I could see it crossing down and setting up. A lot of them have, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. It's not like they're pulling back real hard when they do it. So we'll keep an eye on Google, see if it does that, and then it'll set up them even more bullish. And again, they got an antitrust suit from going on from the or the government, so crazy stuff. Amazon was up $1.48, and that reset up and got super bullish. It hit the 20 right there and kind of just stopped at that 187, and it's going to curl up and get crazy right there. So keep an eye on Amazon. Obviously we're watching it, but it is setting up. How about our Meta, because that one also came down like $6, finally came out of the top. I told you it would. I had to stick to my guns on that one because it's definitely was at the top, and it just couldn't really run anymore. I couldn't imagine it running anymore, but I had to stick to my guns because the last time I changed my tune, and I was like, yeah, they're coming down. Then that one Thursday I was like, oh, maybe they want to go up. Boom, they came crashing down 5 minutes later. So I was sticking to my guns, and it was coming down, and there you go, it came out of the top there, and it's pulling back. It's nothing crazy, don't get me wrong. What's it going to come down to? That 20, like 567, if that. So it's nothing too crazy, but we'll catch that one, and it is setting up bullish as well. Microsoft. Ooh, I am tired tonight. I don't know why. Microsoft. I mean, you know why? Because I've been going through like a million charts all day, every day right now, and it's all good. Like I said, we have the look and we know it's cruising, so it's a beautiful thing. And I'm gonna get my web bulls gonna get approved, and I can start trading at 4 a.m. and we're gonna start crushing everything. I keep flipping back to see if the Tesla thing's doing anything, and if I'm pretty sure it's the right one. There's like 14,000 people watching it or something. I don't know. There's like 9 million links and none of them are doing anything. So let me know if anybody sees anything else with this Tesla robo taxi thing. Um, yeah, that one, they all look like they're all doing that. So I guess that is what they're doing, and it's not doing anything yet. So, all right, that's fine. We'll keep cruising then, huh? That's Microsoft. So yeah, my MSFT looks like it's just hitting that line right there. And again, it's just making some room. If it even pulls back any, it's not going to be anything major and setting up 2 to 3 weeks down the road. So MSFT, another one. And here we go with our Teslas down to 28 on Robo Taxi Day. And let's see, it almost looks like it's going to be like a bottom. It already crossed down, and we know Tesla doesn't really like to run too low, likes to run at that top. So I have a feeling after Robo Taxi right here, you're going to see Tesla starting to move again tomorrow. Just my feeling. Again, it dipped down to 232 today. It's at 239. Its high was 242. And recently it was at 260. Remember, I told you it was going from 240 to 260. So let me just keep an eye. We'll see if it's the bottom. The 50's down here at 225. I don't think it wants to get down there. So we're keeping our eye on it, seeing what's going on. And I'll keep you posted on Tesla and the Mag 7 as usual. And let's go through our other big caps real quick and see how they look tonight. So Nike is just pulling back there, but again, setting up super bullish. Well, now Nike again, as it sets up, it'll get down. This is probably going to be where its low area is. What was its low over here? Like $80. So if you see anything get down there in the 80s or 79s, you want to look at it. And that's Nike. What is next? Rivian. Rivn. This one is setting up. I'm telling you, next week, I think Rivian's going to be there. It's touching the bottom, curling up really nice. Could even have like a little bounce off tomorrow right there, Rivian. So keep your eye if it wants to bounce in the morning. I'm not saying it's going to run. Could have that little bounce as it sets up, and then it's going to jump up onto that resistance, make it its support. and then get through to 20 and keep moving. So you can see that one's going to move. It just needs a little more time right there, Rivian. And let's look at PLTR. It just keeps on going higher and higher and higher. I keep telling you guys, just watch it and make it a momentum play every morning because you can. And yeah, it went up higher even today. It went up another percent. So PLTR just keeps oh, they said that a person in the crowd had a medical emergency, so we have taken care of them and will be starting shortly. Huh, well, there you go. Elon just tweeted out that at 10:37 that a person in the crowd had a medical emergency and they've taken care of them and they will be starting shortly. So there you go with that update. And so yeah, it's still kind of just showing what it's showing, and we can cruise through the rest of this list and get done and then watch that bad boy. So Sophie, I'm telling you, this bad boy wants to run. I told you guys the other day when it was in the lower eights, it's at 863. It's hitting that's resistance. I don't know if it's getting into the top. Let it set up a little bit better if you didn't get into it, and I'll let you know when it's a better time to jump in for the next run up on Sophie SOFI. Maybe if it jumps up there tomorrow, we're yeah, as long as it's not an active shooter, we're good. I agree 100% laptop travel. That's why I read it immediately because I saw his tweet and it said something, and I was like, huh, I wonder what happened. And you just never know anymore. Everything's so crazy. So yeah, he said that and said they're taking care of it, and we'll see if it starts pretty soon. So that's what's going on with that. And Sophie, like I said, we'll look at that tomorrow, see if it really wants to jump up more. I'll let you know. But we knew it was getting up to this area. Boeing came down pretty good, BA. And let's watch that get to the bottom. It looks like it's going to cross through, come down, hit that bottom. So I'll keep an eye on BA, and we'll hit that one. We can hit that on an option. Snow 123. What I tell you guys at 113? It was going to snow and have a blizzard, right? And there you go. An option like that is a blast off. So there you go. That's a blizzard in the making right there from 112 to 123 in like 2 days. And boom, there you go. It's snow. SNOW. I told you guys it was going to roll, and it did. There you go. It's snow. DELL. That one's going to set up. I said it was moving. Oh yeah, Dell's cruising. I'm telling you, Dell is moving. So watch that one for sure. AMD, that one's down and coming down. So we'll just keep an eye on that one and watch AMD come down, and we'll catch that at the best price because that'll set up in a couple weeks as well. Um, SPCE, let's see, is it going to set up finally? It's just right there running flat. So we'll keep an eye on SPCE. And when it gets set up right, we'll get that one too. INTC, I said yesterday it was looking good. It was down 24 cents. Did run up a little bit, but I'm telling you, it's trying to set up. Let's look at it tomorrow, but I think this one's good to try to set up. It looks like it was just that pullback on that report today with everything else. So INTC doesn't look bad at all. Disney, that was down 61 cents. And another one, let it bounce between that 91 and 95 and then really get set up. So we'll know when Disney, and that's like a week or two out. SMCI, that was down a little bit, but it should continue to roll up. I'm telling you, this one should get bullish too. It's setting up there. Let me see this one again. SMCI. Yeah, I think this one continues its way up there, so we'll keep an eye on SMCI. I like that before it did pop up. It's sitting on the 20, and it looks like it was just some healthy pullback today. Oxy there, OXY, that was up with the oil and gas. And these ones look like they want to jump up. Look at this one. If it gets back over that 55, it's going to pop. So Oxy's not looking bad at the moment. And ExxonMobil doesn't look bad at the moment. So they look like they kind of want to run up. ExxonMobil looks like it wants to run up another $2 to that 125 area. So we'll keep an eye on that as well, and just look at it in the morning if you want to play that for a momentum play if it's rolling. Mara, MARA, coming down to that bottom line right there. Not a bad spot, but is it going to cross through? It did on here. It's in that spot where it can pull itself right up. I don't know. It may cross down and then just ride this line down here. Like I said, Mara's setting up for like 3 weeks out. Riot was looking much better, kind of pulling back, but not looking too bad, but is more bearish than Mara is at the moment, to be completely honest. Long term anyway. So Riot could have some little pullback there, RIOT. So keep your eye on that. And again, crypto is not looking too healthy. CLSK, that clean spark, down 20 cents, up 10 in the after hours. And another one that's a crypto kind of one looks like it's just pulling back there. Coin, let's look at Coinbase, down 270. Another one setting up for about 2, 3 weeks down the road. So this one may come through and cross down underneath the MACD soon if it can't get moving and come back down here too, that 155 area, 154 for coin. So we'll keep an eye and see if it's going to do it, as crypto's not looking great. How about that DJT almost hitting that 25 today? Got up to what, 24.50? I was 50 cents off today, was I not? But it's going to be there tomorrow. So there you go with DJT. And what did I tell you is at $13, guys? Come on now. Even at 12, I said it. It was wasn't it at 12? 11.75 is when it got down in September 24th. And then it was in like the 5th, October 2nd, but we already knew it was moving then. So yeah, I told you is when it was down in the 11s. And 11.75 was its low, and that day its high was 13. You're sitting at 24.12, and it got up to 24.50. So there you go with DJT. Just a beauty right there, huh? I still can't find all the haters on all the feeds. They all seem to disappear as soon as it goes up. And again, it was had nothing to do with politics. We're just looking at stock charts, calling out which ones are going up. But if they want to argue with me that I don't know what I'm talking about, for sure, please educate me and tell me. And they all seem to disappear when you do that. Laptop travel liked it. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind arguing about stock charts. I love it. So that's all I was discussing on there, and people get all crazy emotional, and you kind of have to put them back in their place, and then they just disappear. And like I say, that's how you handle trolls. You just they run their mouth for a day, and then you just feed them the facts. And when you prove them wrong, you'll never see them again. They'll block you. I have probably more people blocked me. I don't block anybody. Look at the one dude, Top Stocks. I'm block. He blocked me. I don't block anyone. I don't even care. So yeah, I he blocked. I get blocked by everybody that can't handle when they want to troll somebody or be wrong. And then just show them the facts real quick. They'll block you. So that's how you handle that in life and on social media. So that's the key to trolls right there. They'll troll you for a day or two and then they just disappear and block you. It's great. It's the best, actually. So there you go. And it's actually so much fun. It's PHUN fun because that ran up today and that's going to continue to go, like we said. So, like I was saying, it's about to get fun. And I said that back when it was in its like low twos and now it's in the 380s. So that's up $1. And boom, that one's fun. Just starting. PHUN. And let's look at BlackRock. It was down 33 cents. And again, I'm just waiting for this thing to let us know that it's going to curl back up. And you know it's going to go through 980 and just keep cruising. So we're going to hit that option too on there. So I'll let you know when BlackRock's ready. PayPal, PYPL. That's a new one we started looking at. Dipped down today and it came down to that line. And again, it was at the top. I've said it. Watch it for a momentum play in the morning if it can run up there, and it clearly couldn't. So we'll watch it pull back, but really setting up. So this is going to be a good price down here for PayPal, and that will definitely run past that 82, and you're at 79 right now. So see if it's going to pull back anymore for us. And how about QCOM, Qualcomm? Because that thing is setting up to get wild. So keep your eye on that. It may have some pullback into the 164s. It's at 168, but it's setting up to get wild right there. So there's QCOM, and still no robo taxi yet, so let's just hold on a minute. I'll check out. Let me see if I missed any messages or anybody wants to see anything. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. I think I got everything. GRTS. Thank you, John Wong, on that one. And I got everything from Jennifer Lee, I think. Let me just take a look. Oh, GPUS. I'm sorry. Stonky Stonks. I missed that. And Clancy. Wow. How'd I rolled right through you guys? Um, I didn't even see them bad boys. So let me take a look at them guys for you. My bad. Didn't even see them. They were from earlier, like an hour ago. I don't know how I missed them. KXIN. Let's look at it. That one ran recently and it's been pulling back. I think this one just keeps pulling back on us. Um, We'll watch it when it comes back down to the line, the MACD or the 20 right there, 15, 16 cent area. It's at 21, 22 in the after hours. I don't know if it's really going to bounce up. It doesn't really look like it. Let me look and see what it did in the after hours on mine. Yeah, I think that one, KXIN. And again, anytime they run up like that, I always just kind of stay away from them a little bit. And Stonky Stonks 8520. Let me look at GPUS for you. Hyper Scout data. Let's see that guy. That one's just pulled back big time, huh? Ripped down there. Tried to get moving a little bit today. Let me look at this on all three because this is a weird look. GPUS pulling back there. Let me see. GPUS and pulling back there, flat right there. I mean, if I had to guess, it's pulling back a little bit, but let me look at GPUS in the morning for you with GRTS. I'm going to look at both of them in the morning. So let me look at that for you in the morning, stonky stonks, and see if it's trying to move. Aerospace and defense, huh? I want to roll up that. We can go through that tech. Let's go through that while we're sitting here, messing around waiting for the robo taxi real quick. You just want to see them? Let's look at a few of these bad boys. Let's see. I'm gonna just scroll down, see if I see anything real crazy happening real fast, and then I'll just pull up a couple here. Ready? I'll pull up some. Ready? ACHR. We'll just pull up some random AVAV. We always like that. We already did Boeing. We'll do this one. CDRE. That one's not us. That's a Canadian one. Let me just pull up. I'll go through all the pages. Oh, we can do Israel's too. That we just did GP. US. Let's look at KITT. We haven't looked at that one. LLAP. We'll look at that guy too. Let me just pull up a couple more random ones and we'll go through the aerospace and defense for ours while we're kind of just waiting. They're still not ready yet, so we'll continue. LUNR. We've looked at that. LOAR. Where else? Let's see. This guy, RKLB, that Rocket Lab. I know that one off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure, right? Rocket Lab. Yep, there you go. Let's look at this one, PL. And let me hop on the last page and pull up a couple more last ones. This guy, see if we have anybody interesting over here. And VSEG. All right, let's do it. You guys ready to look at? So, oh, I just X'd out of the first one. The hell did I do? Hold on, let me pull up that first one. It's ACHR. All right. All right, we'll start with AVAV. And they still aren't ready yet. So here we go. We're going to do this. AVAV, you ready? Here we go. That one's kind of dipping down a little bit, setting up for a couple weeks down the road. So nothing today. CDRE, that's in the top, running up there. Nothing crazy. Could be a momentum play tomorrow morning, though, guys. So CDRE, that could be a little momentum play as it gets into the top there. DRS, that one looks like it's coming down, but pretty wild setup. I could see it stopping right here around this $28 range and trying to move again. So we'll look at this. Leonardo DRS. I don't even know what the heck they do. But it is aerospace and defense, and we'll take a look at that again. But yeah, nothing real crazy, just a weird setup, but nothing that we have to worry about. Let's put it that way. GD, another one setting up for like to be pretty bullish, but pulling back there, so nothing to be alarmed about. Oh, they're starting. Here you go. Oh, they're gonna be starting. Let's check it out. Elon just said they're starting. I just saw the tweet. So let's see what happens here. Pop it on and let's watch Robo Taxi live. Oh, here we go. Here's somebody talking. We robot. Here we go. All right, I'll let this guy talk and then I'll roll through these aerospace and defense. KITT is flat down there. Nothing crazy. It's going to move soon, though. LLAP, that's going to move pretty soon, too. Let's see. All right, come on, buddy. Let's get the show on the road with our Robo Taxi. Now playing We Robot. Here we go. Let's look at it. Wow. Look at that bad boy. There's Elon. Is that supposed to be a robot? Here we go. He's about to get in this bad boy and see how it cruises. It's a crazy looking car, is it not? Wow. Just wild looking. All right, Elon, let's see what this thing does. There it goes. He's waving goodbye. Elon's cruising down the road. And this thing's just cruising along there with Elon in it. So let's see what it's going to do. Anything crazy? I mean, just kind of driving them around and we'll see if it's going to do anything wild. Maybe it'll jump over a building or something cool. Just kind of cruising around, nothing real crazy here. I mean, they have automatic cars now basically, so but this is a little bit different, I guess, and I don't know. It is driving around the streets wherever he is. And there you go. That is your robo taxi, huh? Look at it moving. Oh, it's not moving. I think he just got out. Yeah, Elon just got out, I think. And now I guess he's coming up to talk and talk about the robo taxi. There you go. Elon just got out of his robo taxi vehicle. Now he's coming to talk. Eh, We robot party here, guys. Here we go. We're having a we robot party. A robo taxi. Yes, 20 of them, huh? That's crazy, though. Just driving around auto taxis. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. Does anyone trust these things? Because I don't. I want the steering wheel. I want the pedal. I want all control. I don't want a taxi, robo taxi driving me. Let's see. I'll roll through the rest of these bad boys while he's talking real fast. LUNR is kind of pulling back there. Just roll through these aerospace and defense. LOAR, that one's setting up for a few weeks out. Um, Rocket Lab, RKLB, that's pulling back. It was all the way in the top. I know we saw that run. SIDU is just kind of pulling back. Nothing real crazy there. So that's going to be setting up. And PL Planet Labs is not doing anything, just kind of pulling back. So nothing happening. Um, SPAI, that one's a newer one, it looks like, and trying to do something, but that's pretty new. And SVT, Servotronics. That one actually looks pretty good. We might have to look at that. SVT. Might have to add that to the list. Add SVT to the list. And VSEC, VSEC, just kind of running around, not doing much. And ACHR is not doing anything. So nothing that we have to worry about there. So there you go. And I'll say that would be it. And I guess we don't really have to hang out and watch the robo taxi all night because who the hell knows how long this is going to run. So there you go. I'll just kind of wrap it up here and we can call it a night. We can watch the robo taxi and see what Elon says and boom. So there's our pre-market. Thank you everybody for hanging out. I know there was a ton of yous on. John Wong, Laptop Travel, and everybody else. Scott, Joseph B, Joseph Bodner, how are you? And a bunch of other people are on all night. Appreciate it. And again, if you want me to look at anything in particular in the pre-market, just shoot me a comment. I'll take a look at it. I'll definitely look at the GRTS and the GPUS and take a look at them, see what they're up to. And let me just see if we have anything else. And our buddy Pablo is on and he said a great show, putting a list together. Sweet. And so yeah, we appreciate Pablo. Actually, Pablo El Patron, I'll he always has some pretty good ones. I seen him posting some pretty good stock tickers. So we'll have to get some input from him as well and let him give us a little list. So there we go. And that's our live show for tonight. Go ahead and enjoy the old robo taxi with Elon right now. We just saw him pull in on it. That was cool. And there you go. So have a great night, everybody. I'll catch you at 7 a.m. Again, greatly appreciate everybody hanging out as always. And I will see you guys at 7 a.m. for pre-market. Have a good night and see you in the morning. Thanks again.